This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarreau. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Marcy.
Hi, Betsy.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
You feeling funny?
Always.
Or you got a funny feeling?
I both. I feel funny and I have a funny feeling.
Oh, yeah. Well, before we get into me telling you about a spooky thing.
Cool.
This one's for the listeners.
You have a little request for some listeners?
I got a little request for some listeners. We would love to hear your paranormal experiences.
Yeah.
We want to read them, we want to listen to them, and we want to talk about them. So please send us anything and everything.
Yeah, whether it be some creepy crawlies, some spooky wookies.
Even like fun urban legends from your hometown.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, everybody's got a bunch of those. Like the girl who didn't make it to prom because she died, so she still haunts the high school or the road that she died on.
Tell me about the hill in your hometown that supposedly witches hang out there, and if you put your car in neutral, a witch will push your car up the hill.
Push it.
That's a common
Up
one.
the hill.
Yeah, it's a common. Yeah, the witch hill.
The old witch hill. Yeah, tell
me
us
that
about
one.
it.
Yeah.
Tell us about the weird cemetery where you once did Ouija. Did you ever do that?
I played Ouija once, and it told me not to do it anymore.
I would stop.
It hated me.
I would really stop doing that. Ouija boards scare the shit out of me.
Please send us any, or if you've seen a UFO, or you've seen lights in the sky, and then something weird happened, whatever you got, send it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. You can check our show notes for that email. You literally click right on it. It'll pop right up. It'll pop right up on your smartphone.
So yeah. Please.
Also, subscribe and rate us on iTunes.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Please.
Hell yeah, dude.
Not iTunes, Apple
and
Podcasts.
tell your friends. Yeah, it's no longer iTunes. Fuck iTunes. Yay, Apple Podcasts.
I'm all about Apple Podcasts. All right, Betsy.
Okay.
Tell me something.
So I got a little fun spooky place that I used to work at a lot in college. And this place is called the Gunnison Art Center. I went to college in a little town in western Colorado, like kind of southwest Colorado, called Gunnison, Colorado. And the school was Western State College of Colorado.
You're one of their finest alum.
One of the finest. Another alum was the dude who came up with Fiji water.
Did he get it from
Pretty
Fiji?
good, right? I doubt it.
Honestly, Fiji water is one of my favorite waters. I feel like I'm really splurging when I get it.
Me too. And I love the bottle.
I love the bottle. It looks beautiful.
It's a beautiful bottle.
It makes me feel like I'm really treating myself good.
Me too. Where I'm like, I'm being healthy.
Sponsor us, please.
Fiji, please, dude.
We need it.
Western State alum.
Fiji.
Come on, man.
Come on. All right.
So it was a great tiny college, tiny town. And I studied theater and stuff. And in the summers, I would do a lot of plays at the Gunnison Art Center. And I would volunteer there. And I had friends who worked there and everything. And even during school, I would do plays there and stuff because it was really fun. And it's haunted. And I remember when I was working there and stuff, people telling me that it is it's crazy haunted, and because it's an old building. It's 134 years old. an old building. Pretty old, right downtown, and stuff has been happening for years. And so when I went to look up some like specific things, I found this blog by Mark and Kim Todd, and Mark Todd is a professor and was, when I was there, an English professor at my school.
Any relation to Mary Todd?
Maybe.
Also, who's Mary Todd?
Mary Todd Lincoln?
Great.
Yeah. So maybe.
Okay.
She was a little nuts. With every right. Everybody back then was nuts. With every right. Okay. So anywho.
So you got Mary Todd's cousins.
Yeah, Mary Todd's cousins, who are also, I don't want to say amateur, but paranormal investigators, which I just learned about. And so they have a blog, and so I got a lot of the specifics from interviews.
They would be amateur unless someone's paying them to do it, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. I don't know. But they're investigators.
Yeah, they're like paranormal
looking for ghosts,
investigators,
which is very fun.
PIs.
So they interviewed a bunch of people who've worked there through the past and stuff. And I'll just tell you some of the spookies.
Please.
And then I don't have any experiences, but I know this place very well. Oh, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll start over. But I know this place very well, and people have told me stories and stuff. So first, you got your classic, like, hearing footsteps, seeing shadows of figures.
The classic haunts.
When people were closing up, it's like 3 floors. There's a basement, a creepy basement that they call the crypt, which I'll talk more about. A first floor and then a second floor. And sometimes people would be up on the second floor and think there's like a big party happening in the first floor gallery.
Like, why wasn't I invited?
Yeah, where they're like, we're the only 2 people in here, and it sounds like a party is happening. Stuff like that. There's one woman who said that when she and her sister were little, her parents would volunteer at the Arts Center, and the 4 of them, her mom, her dad, her and her sister, would go while her parents were like painting sets and stuff. Her and her sister would go down in the basement and play.
Cool.
And they said that multiple times they would hear a woman's voice giggling.
Wow, a woman giggling?
A woman giggling, which is... Oh, yeah.
Like a tickle giggle, I wonder?
Yes.
Or someone fell giggle.
Yipes. I was just at a concert where a woman fell in front of us, and we all, like, went to help her up, but she was, like, drunk, and we all were just looking at each other, like helping her away, and she like went to the bathroom or something, and then we all just were like,
nothing makes me laugh harder than people falling.
People falling is one of the funniest, greatest comedic things in the whole wide world.
Best compilations on YouTube.
Best YouTube old people falling. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, so back, we're still in the basement, the crypt. And there was a director one time going down to the basement, and in this basement, I've been in it, and we actually, when I was like doing a strike for one of the shows I was in or something, we were daring each other to go down there and spend like 2 minutes in it, and it's horrifying. It's full of props and costumes and just like work stuff,
things that have not been cleaned well. It's that old, it feels like kind of like the Conjuring basement. Okay.
Yeah. We've been mentioning the Conjuring, so it's the best movie. But like also big stone walls, and there are a bunch of tunnels under the town. From like Prohibition and stuff.
Oh my God.
So there are tunnels leading from this building to like...
That's terrifying.
A bunch of the other ones. And there's a tunnel opening, but then it's like all caved in. It's horrifying.
That's so scary.
It's really scary. And like I said, nothing happened to me, but it was fucking horrifying.
That's too scary.
And it's a big basement. So there's a lot of little areas to be scary.
I mean, I would just be scared that someone came from another area and was gonna like take me away.
Yeah, really, really
and
creepy
cut my
stuff.
tongue out or something. And then I'd be fine, but I wouldn't have a tongue.
That would suck to not have a tongue. Hey, maybe you should get your tongue removed. You sound good.
Really?
Yeah.
You like hell?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, dude.
I can call a tongue out.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
Oh, don't say that. Okay, so anyways, a director of a show was down in the basement one time, and all of the lights went out, but they were all on different switches throughout the basement. Does that make, like,
Yeah.
one at a time? You would have to, like, the deeper you got in, you would individually, like, hit
that makes
light.
sense. So, yeah, that way you don't have to, because, like, yeah, that makes sense. So.
Yeah, like, they were all on a different switch or whatever. And as she started to go reach for a switch, she felt a weird, cold, thick air sensation. And then all of the lights turned back on. And nobody else was down there.
Ew.
Creepy, right? Okay, here's another one. A theater tech dude was, like, there one day, like, a few times by himself, like, probably setting lights.
I think that
and
happens
stuff.
a lot, yeah.
That happens all the time, and theaters are creepy. In this place, it was like, it's an art center, so there's a theater, and then, like, art galleries, and then the second floor has, like, offices and meeting rooms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lovely little building. And so first, the theater tech dude has multiple stories, and one is he heard noises in the basement and went down to see if anybody was down there. Nobody was.
No one ever is.
He still had a feeling, though, so he asked, "Who's there?" And then a voice replied, "Sheila." Isn't that creepy?
Sheila, baby, love till the break of
Sheila.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Sheila.
Holy shit, dude. This same tech one night when he was, like, working or something, heard running water, like faucets running, and so he was investigating, went into the women's room, and all three of the faucets were running. And he was like, "Oh, that's weird, whatever, maybe something happened." Shut them off. Left to go back to work. Here's them go on again.
Oh, no.
Here's running water again. Goes back in there. They're all on again.
Someone doesn't respect him.
I know. Right? And they're wasting water. Spirits.
In Colorado.
Yeah, delicious,
rivers.
Delicious mountain water. Ice cold in the tap. It's the best water in the world. That's why Fiji was created a Western state.
Because he's like, I love water.
I love water. And then here's one recent, the last one I'll talk about that's been pretty recent, is that there has been a, like, chalky, crumbly white powder sprinkled on furniture and, like, along a certain hallway. Woo! Highway. It's just snow. Hallway.
Salt.
And, like, the staff has, like, said that we've walked through this area, like, a few minutes before, and then we'll come back, and there will be, like, white, chalky, crumbly
plasm. Dried ectoplasm.
Dried ectoplasm.
Which is just like snot.
What?
It's like snotty.
Ectoplasm?
Yeah, so like,
according to Ghostbusters, it looks a lot like honey.
Yeah, it's like goopy,
and it's
so
sticky.
it can dry.
Yeah. But that is the Gunnison Art Center, where I spent hours and hours of my life in college.
Did you guys have so much fun? Everyone telling stories constantly?
Yeah, it was really fun.
That is the best. Being a theater nerd in college and hanging out late night in a place that normally you wouldn't be because, like, you're like, oh, I'm building the set or I'm doing... that's
and
like
you always felt really cool, too.
Yeah.
Stay up late and be like, well, I was painting, like, all night.
I was by myself. Yeah.
I
was by myself.
I rarely was ever by by myself. I also didn't do a lot of the technical stuff.
You were a star.
I really did just mostly perform. I loved painting. I could paint sets all day long.
I worked in the theater department scene, like I did the scene shop, so I worked there for 3 years.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of stuff. And we would be in the Vonnie Borden Theater a lot at night, late nights and stuff. Setting lights or like...
Yep. It's so... And we've talked about, like, theaters are just creepy.
There's a lot of energy there.
Yeah. Yeah. But
That was really good.
It's an art center.
I love that, Betsy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, we did it.
Oh, Betsy, I'm excited about our next guest.
I am so excited.
This person is not a star of stage or screen, but the star of my life.
Yeah.
The hardest get we've had so far.
The hardest get.
It took a lot of convincing to get her to come on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Marilyn Jarreau, my mommy.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, Mom.
Oh, I'm trying not to be too nervous.
You'll ease into it.
Yeah, it's going to be very chill. No pressure. It just better be scary.
If it's not, we'll kill you.
Well, if it's not, I'll make something up.
No, don't lie.
Exactly.
I know my mom's stories a little bit, so
Oh, fantastic.
obviously she's
Of
my
course.
mother.
She's your mom.
I've been inside of her.
Wait,
I
okay.
was made there.
I mean, yeah, you were. It's all right.
And happy birthday, Marcy, yesterday.
Thank you. We'll probably release this a long time, but hey, if you guys are listening, wish me happy birthday all year long.
All year long.
All dang year.
All dang year long.
So we always start by asking our guests what they believe. So I'll preface it by saying, like, yes, my mommy is a very good Catholic woman. Mm-hmm. But so tell us about your beliefs and, like, what about the paranormal you believe?
Well, I don't really know when I actually started believing, but it would be when things started appearing to me or
Yeah.
I witnessed. So I don't remember what age. I don't remember where I was in life, but I know things started happening and it felt comfortable to receive it. I wasn't scared about anything.
yeah.
So you think that, like, what's real? Like,
I think there are spirits or ghosts or whatever you want to call them that can be around us.
Yeah. Were you ever scared of this idea, or were you always just kind of like, oh, cool, this is just how it is?
I was probably fearful of the idea when you say the word ghost,
Yeah.
yeah.
but when the things started that I witnessed, I didn't feel any fear.
Cool.
That's really cool. And yeah, you're Catholic, so you believe in an after, like, the part of your religion or our religion is that, like, we believe in an afterlife and
I certainly believe in heaven. I certainly believe in hell.
yeah, God, angels, demons, all that stuff, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you have a couple stories. I'm gonna do a lead up since I know
Great.
which stories are.
Do you believe in aliens, real quick?
I do.
Yeah. I mean, we got
I've never asked, but, like, I know my dad does, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Dad's always watching that damn show, Ancient Aliens.
I just don't believe we're the only ones here.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
good.
that is the most common answer that we get when we ask, right?
Yeah.
Has
which
anyone said no?
I don't think
I don't think anyone has
so.
said no yet.
A couple of weeks ago on the news, people were calling in and on Facebook about this orange light that was over a neighboring parish where we
Yeah.
live. And we live in parishes, everybody else has counties.
Yeah,
So-
we're from Livingston Parish, Louisiana.
So I told our son Jacob, I said, look, on your way to work, there's this orange light over the direction you're going. I said, just, be on the lookout.
What parish was it? Do you
It
remember?
was in Ascension Parish.
Ascension Parish.
And the news was saying, well, it was the certain lights and gases that were coming off the
Of
plants.
course,
We have
yep.
a lot of industrial plants.
That's
Okay.
what they want you to believe.
But I mean, and like I told my husband Daryl, Marcy's dad, I said, hey, they might be coming here.
Yep. Yeah. I like that.
They might want some gumbo.
They might be here and they're just pretending to try to be humans.
I've met a lot of aliens. I've met them. They're weird.
I'm kind of fearful that they would come to eat us, but they may come here.
Yeah, and who knows why they might come here. They might want to eat us.
I mean, like, those little fat snacks. Some fat little snacks. So they're going to Louisiana. They're very seasoned here.
Oh, yeah.
Marinated in beer.
Yummy.
Lots of butter. Good sugar.
So you believe in aliens, but you also believe in angels, and you've had a few experiences where you've encountered an angel.
I have, yes.
So tell us, when did that first happen? And tell me, set it up for us.
The first happened several years ago. A lady that worked for me.
It was when I was in junior high.
Probably so.
So I would say like
that
early
better.
90s, right? Or mid 90s.
Her husband had an accident, so she's from out of town, and she called me to meet her at the hospital. He had been broadsided somebody ran a red light. So I met her there, and she was waiting for her family to get there, so I sat with her, and we found out he had a torn diaphragm, which there's really nothing you can do about that. And people typically, they do die. But he was still talking and, thank you for coming. I mean, he was in the emergency room and didn't have a scratch on him. So I sat there, and then I knew the priest. It was at the local hospital that's Catholic background. And I knew him through my brother-in-law, and he came up to me and said, "It's a good thing you're here with her." So her mother and sisters had to drive several hours. So they'd got there, and the waiting room was next to the elevators that had glass walls so you could see. So we're sitting there, and I'm contemplating, thinking, oh my gosh, praying that he either passes or some sort of thing, or they kept putting off surgery, kept putting it off for hours, like 4 or 5 hours. So finally this gentleman walked up to me of, middle stature and kind of young and attractive looking, and had on some sort of like a sports jacket. And he's standing in front of me. I'm sitting down, and he starts kind of like going back and forth on his feet, like a little stance, a little dance type thing, like he's nervous. And then he said, he puts his hands together, and he kind of ducks his head towards me, and he says, "Ma'am, I can sit here and I see you're worrying. You're worrying about this person back there." And I looked up, and I was kind of flippant thinking back. I said, "Yeah, you're right, I am." And then he said, "I just want you to know he's going to be okay." And he was rubbing his hands together. "He's going to be okay." So I had the patient's wife and his mother-in-law sitting next to me. And then he just kind of walks off. And when I'm following him, when he gets out in that hallway through the glass doors, he just kind of vanishes.
Whoa.
And so I didn't know till my friend said, "That was odd. That was so odd that he said that to you." And I was being flippant. And I said, "Yeah, I always get the weird ones." And then it dawned on me, I didn't see him leave. So I came home, told Daryl, and told his friend. Daryl told his friend, his wife is very, very spiritual. She said, "Oh, yeah, there's an angel at that hospital. Yeah, and you've described him perfectly." Oh. And other people have seen him.
And what happened to your friend's husband?
He died, and he would probably died at the time I saw that angel. Because, it takes a while. They'd finally put off the surgery, and the doctors just said, we got to try to do something. So they took him in, and he did die on the table. And I think it coordinated with about the time that I saw the male angel.
Oh.
And this is a person that other people have seen, like not just your friend's wife, but...
Yeah, I think it was like, the talk of the hospital.
Yeah, that there was like...
That there is an angel that appears to people.
Oh, my God.
I wonder why he was so nervous.
I'm probably trying to match... Or maybe he's a beginner guardian angel.
I'm a new angel.
Yeah, he's a beginner guardian angel. Because, he's in a sports coat, so...
I used to just be at high school football games when people
I
were
was only in the outfield.
an angel in the outfield.
He could have been just nervous approaching me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think you're really intimidating to angels?
I think, looking back, he probably just, didn't... I don't know what they think, but maybe they're nervous about
maybe
approaching.
they just want to seem human-like, so...
I think that, and they also might be nervous to be like, "Hey, when I speak to you, your friend or person you're here for is going to pass."
But they have to know, it's better on the other side?
I don't know.
I assume like if there's angels, there's heaven has got to be like
Well,
pretty good.
I would hope.
Yeah.
I would think that angel was from the good side, which was heaven.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've never been approached by, I felt, a dark angel.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if they have any.
Yeah.
So you have another
Oh,
experience.
what a little hunk. I like
A
that.
hunk?
He sounded hunky.
He was. He was
Yeah,
kind of cute. He
a
was
little
kind of cute.
hunky angel.
Mom, hook me up with that angel. If I
Oh,
brought an
that's-
angel home for Christmas,
Hey,
they're like,
this
Mom,
is
okay, look, we can't have kids. He can't live
this
with
is
me.
a Hallmark movie.
He's not going to come
Copyright.
to his family dinners because he doesn't eat.
He doesn't like eating.
Oh, and by the way, he doesn't have a body.
Nobody. I mean, what I imagine it to be like is a primo,
But he treats me right.
boy, he treats me.
Oh, he treats me so nice.
He's so good. All right, so you
I
have
would watch this Hallmark
watch that
movie. Yes.
Don't anyone steal
Do
our
not
idea.
steal our idea, our very rigid idea of Marcy bringing home an angel for
That's
Christmas.
my lifetime movie.
Yes.
All right, so you have another experience too with an angel, right?
Different hospital.
Whoa.
Family member was very sick back there, and I had other family members around me. A little bit older angel this time, a little bit thinner,
Okay.
a little bit more frail, had on a suit, and very spiritual, and had an accent like we have in Louisiana, good old, like gospel type, accent. And there again, he said, I want you to know, I know you're worried about. And he called the person's name. I know he called her as what she was to me. You're worried about her. Mm-hmm. And I looked up, and there I had family members around me, and I said, yeah, you're right, I am. And then he said, he pointed to another family member, and he said, you're very worried too. You're worried. Then he pointed to another one. He said, and you don't realize how sick this person is. You don't realize it, talking to the other family member. And he said, I want y'all to pray. He said, I'm going to start praying, and y'all start praying too. Well, I didn't pray out loud because I was a little, I used to be, and I probably still am, a little embarrassed to pray out loud, just in social, like in a lobby or something. And it's just a comfort level that I'm not at spiritually within myself, old as I am. But I did my silent praying, and so did I assume everybody else. And then there again, he just kind of disappeared. And I never breathed a word to anybody. And the patient, who's a close relative, she brought it up to me because another family member had told her about the same thing and repeated it exactly as it happened. So she said, yeah. And she was, I said, well, I wasn't going to say anything to you. I didn't want to upset you,
Yep.
So I didn't mention it, but she brought it to mind. She mentioned it. I said, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's crazy.
It's crazy that both times multiple people had seen this.
Fortunately for me.
Yeah, it's wonderful to
I
be
wasn't
like, you guys.
hallucinating.
Yes,
But he didn't disappear in front of your eyes, or did he?
It's kind of like a fade out.
Oh, so like
He just
he
kind of
did then.
Yeah, he did. He just kind of faded out because that's exactly what the other family member described. That one minute he was there, and we really didn't hear his steps leave. We don't have a conscious idea of watching a person leave a room.
Yeah. Oh,
But it wasn't, it wasn't scary. And at the time, it was a little bit like, I wasn't really inspired by it till afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
I really didn't realize what had happened till afterwards. That's who he was.
Yeah, which is probably their MO, like their idea of like, I'm going to play it cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to disappear. And then
But
people
it
will be.
wasn't like a snap of a finger disappear. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a, that.
Yeah,
It was just kind
yeah.
of like a fade away.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So you've often said to me that you were born with a veil.
Actually, I think my mother told you that, and you really enlightened me about it.
Wait, tell me about it. I don't remember.
Wait, what does that mean to?
Well, yeah, can you explain it to
I
Betsy?
think it's called, in the medical term, like a call, a CAULD. It's like when
it's
a
a
baby's born with
CAUL.
a film, a water sac.
It's basically, the placenta is still attached to the baby's face or skull.
Okay.
Yeah, because it comes out first. So, like, it hasn't torn away yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what my mother, she said it, but until Marcy brought it to my attention, like probably within the last 10 years, maybe. So, like everybody, I Googled to see what it meant.
Yeah, what does,
So it's called being born with a veil. It's what
Okay.
it's like the old terminology for it.
It means you're going to be lucky.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can. I had another good friend of mine that's very spiritual, and he described it as you see the truth.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to think about. I don't like to think that I see the future or that I have mystic powers, or I just like to think that sometimes I see the truth.
Yeah.
And when I pray for the truth, I get my answers.
They definitely do say that, like, when you're born under the veil, it indicates that you have some sort of insight, because your eyes are covered, like, as you're born, but you have some sort of insight to the other side or into like a spiritual realm. That's what the idea of it is.
And they say you'll never drown. Your death won't be from drowning.
Whoa, that's pretty rad.
Where do you read that?
I read that. When you Google that crap.
Wikipedia.
Honestly, with anything on the internet, you got to find what's the most common thing said.
Yeah, but I gotta say, cancer is the answer to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, if you're born under a veil, you get cancer.
Go to the doctor.
It didn't say I wouldn't die from cancer.
Yeah. Wow, I've never heard that term. That's awesome. And do you believe, you feel like you could see the truth?
They say when I've Googled it in different sites and I went to, that as you age,
more and more,
you get more of it.
Awesome.
And I don't really realize the first thing till, I guess, maybe my mid-30s.
Okay.
Where I just woke up 3 mornings in a row thinking, I'm going to win that money. I bought a raffle ticket at our parish fair, our church fair. And I buy them every year. And 3 mornings in a row, I just woke up thinking, I'm going to win that money. I'm going to win that money. So when they called, my brother called me because the person that did the drawing knew I was his sister. And they called. Yeah. And when he called me, I knew the drawing. The minute he said, my nickname's Teet. He said, Teet. I said, I won that money. He said, you won that money.
That's awesome.
But, don't ask me to do your lottery tickets, because I've been doing mine for years, and I haven't hit that yet. So.
No, but you've also known when people were dead, right? Like, you've known.
I did.
You've had a couple dreams, right?
Another family member, distant family member. But
like a second or third cousin or something like that?
Much older, either older than my parents. Mm-hmm. Did not have a falling out with him, but with a mutual relative. So I had been distant from him and was very fond of him growing up as a child and as an adult. So I'm having this dream, and the dream begins that I'm in a beautiful rolling meadows with kind of knee-deep grass, and the wind's just a-blowing, and beautiful big oak trees, and an old antique truck. And in the back of the truck were several people with white togas on.
Whoa.
And one of the persons, when he said, my nickname's Teet, and he said, well, Teet, and that was always the tone that he used with me. But he was a gorgeous man. Mm-hmm. He looked...
In the dream.
In the dream, he was incredibly gorgeous. And I don't have a memory of him till the man was in his 50s.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure he never looked like this here on Earth.
Yeah.
Because he was absolutely gorgeous. Broad shoulders, just like, an imaginable movie star. And very tan, very fit, beautiful head of hair. And he had been bald most of his life.
Yeah.
Beautiful head of hair, beautiful face, gorgeous features. But it was his voice that I recognized. So when he said that, I woke up and I looked at the digital clock, and it was 4:21. So I go back to sleep, and the next day my mom calls and she says, well, so-and-so had passed. And I said, oh my gosh, I dreamed about it. And I said, Mama, what time? And she said, 4:21. I said, oh my God. So I told my husband, Daryl, and he said, and he believes that like I believe. He acknowledges what I believe in. And he's my big cheerleader, I guess.
I don't think
That's so
anyone's ever
nice.
saying you're crazy, though.
No,
we
I
all
don't
kind
think
of
so.
readily.
They're kind of scared of me.
Not me.
Kind of think maybe I'm kind of like a witch, but I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch at all.
I think when my sister was younger, she used to say, "Don't look at me with those witch eyes,"
Oh my God.
But he said,
because Mom would
well,
always catch her doing stuff too.
That's so funny.
when he heard about the time, he said, well, Marilyn, he was just saying goodbye to you. That's what he was doing.
I think so.
And I think it was a peaceful type thing.
Yeah.
Because it was not good, the estrangement that I felt
Yeah.
from that. And so
And I think that's what happens. Like, we carry all this, like, stuff in our life, and then, like, if there's an afterlife, and I think there is, that you kind of are like, that was sort of pointless.
Yeah.
It was a little pointless.
well, especially for he and I, because we really didn't have any
there's no
reason
reason.
and
No,
yeah.
it was just a mutual relative.
I
Yeah.
love how all the, like, I can't wait to die and be so sexy and hot.
I cannot wait.
Certainly gave me something to look forward to.
I'm gonna have a big old tall 80s butt, like one of those long 80s butts.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm gonna be a surfer babe.
Yeah.
I just don't want those wings underneath my arms.
I don't think human people become angels.
They don't. I'm talking about that fat wing under your arm.
Oh yeah. Get rid of this wing. I was thinking angel wings too.
Oh, no. People aren't angels. Angels were made before people were made.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they come in like people form?
No.
Well, I think when they appear
I think
to
they
us,
can
when they
come in,
like
but
the
they're not.
angels that you saw that appeared to us, and also there's like 12 different kinds of angels.
I didn't
There's
know
like,
any of this, and I was raised Catholic, but
I don't know if they
barely.
don't really go into it a lot, but there's like the seraphins and the
Whoa.
cherubims, and there's different kinds of angels, and there's archangels who are like the
I've heard of
fighters, like
archangels.
Archangel Michael. And then I've only started like recently kind of dipping my toe into understanding what the different types of angels are.
Yeah.
But there are different like categories of
They
angels.
have different jobs.
And they would look different. Like the archangels are huge and like apparently like terrifying looking.
Oh.
They're like giants. And they like tower over people and they have like giant wings and armor and stuff. But that's not what all the angels look like.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
And people can't become angels.
no,
They were never angels.
They're
were
not
made
human.
before people were made.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you hear people say, "Well, heaven got another angel," when someone dies, that's
no,
not the case.
They're
That's
just
They're
dead.
already there. So whenever a bell rings, an angel doesn't get its wings because they already
Maybe
have
that's
their
just
wings.
him putting them on for the day, like a
know.
firefighter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
not,
the fire alarm. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh,
Gotta get
okay,
on my
gotta
angel
go.
truck.
I don't research it or anything. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of.
Oh, that's so neat.
All right, so now let's get to your spooky stories.
Okay.
How many do you have? Just the one?
I have kind of a couple.
Okay, tell me about the one in Atlanta, and you can give as much. I got permission.
I know. I just like to be vague and don't name any people.
Okay,
To
great.
protect the innocent and the guilty.
So we'll just say this is the Atlanta story, though.
Well, I was up at my daughter's house babysitting. My husband and I went up, and she lived in like a three-storied house that they rented. It wasn't theirs. It was in the middle of the city and belonged to a prominent family years back.
In the middle of the city, but offset back in the woods. So,
Yeah,
like,
it was-
when
Okay.
you're there, you don't see anyone else.
Yeah, you're 6 acres of just little mini hills, and right in the middle.
What a dream to be in the middle of a city, but then also like.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta's sort of like that. There's a lot
Okay.
of, like, there's, like, city parts, and then, like, 10 minutes down the road, you're in the woods.
Oh, cool.
Right?
But this was literally in the middle of the city. It was just a huge estate place that was 6 acres, so there wasn't anything around it.
But this house was older, correct?
It's probably built in the 50s or the 40s.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah.
like a little mini mansion type house.
Oh,
you know?
awesome. Yep.
Nothing pretentious, but
3 levels. On the bottom level, you drive into the basement.
Mm-hmm.
There's washer, dryer, and then there's an extra room down there there was a bed and workout equipment.
yeah,
Then you go up the stairs, and that's the main level.
correct.
There's the dining room,
Living room.
kitchen, the bonus like kind of game room. and a bathroom, right? And then you go
Powder room, yeah.
powder room. Then you go upstairs, and it's all the bedrooms.
So it was at night. We were there with the kids, and our daughter and her husband had left to go out of town. And so I'm upstairs ironing my son-in-law's pants, by the way,
on the main level in the living room.
in the middle part watching TV. My husband's downstairs working out, and he comes up panting, running up the stairs. He said, "What?" I said, "What do you mean, what?" He said, "I heard you were calling me. You called Daryl." I said, "Daryl, I have not opened my mouth." But when my daughter moved in there were, pictures dropping, foot stomping, things like that. And so we kind of nicknamed her, and she thought they'd seen it like a woman in a white dress or gown. So we named her Gladys.
I love that name.
We
Gladys
named
the ghost.
the spook Gladys, but we weren't afraid of Gladys. So, and other times that happened that day. Then a few days later, they got back in town and were leaving. So I said, well, I'm popping off like I typically do. And I said, well, Gladys, she wasn't so tough this time, with me being here. She wasn't so tough. About that time, I hear all this racket upstairs, like either banging, stomping. And I said, oops, time for me to leave.
What was it?
On that
Do you know?
note.
We never saw anything down, but going back probably either before or after that, I don't remember the timeline, we acknowledged that there was something going on.
Yeah.
Because when I would watch my little grandson on the baby monitor, he could walk, but he had on a sleep sack, so that's what he slept in.
Yeah, like this little zip-up thing.
Those are so cute.
They're so cute.
Like baby sleeping bags.
Like a little starfish.
With the arms cut out. So we were watching him, and it was in the night, and it's pitch black because that's how my daughter read the sleep books. And you put him in the pitch black room. But we had the baby monitor, so we could see him. He is circling and running and cackling in that baby bed, just back and forth and back and forth, like he's having the best time. Not like he's running from afraid, but just cackling deep. And I thought, that's like something's chasing him. And then, when we would go Daryl was in his room rocking him. There again, we would put him down. We had to be in pitch black because that's how they did the sleep book.
Yeah.
So,
can you tell she has some feelings about the sleep book?
Just one night.
there was just so many rules.
Just one night light.
Just like, what if I trip?
I don't like rules, but anyway, he's sitting there rocking him, and the changing table had drawers. And one of the drawers just popped out and hit the floor.
All the
I
way
just
out.
got
all the way.
chills.
And they are not messy people. No, I'm the messiest one in the family. Well, my brother is, but they are like very rigidly like. So it wasn't like anything was left
Yeah,
out.
it's not like a drawer that was left out. And then probably in one of the same visits, I'm always a smart aleck. So I'm in his room. He had this cute little boat bed, and I'm laying on the bed. And I said, you know what? If you're in here, just let me know you're in here.
And you're with the baby.
And I'm in there with the baby.
Yeah.
And I'm barefooted laying on the little boat bed, and something rubs across the bottom of my foot.
Tell her what it felt like, because you described it to me once. Do you remember?
It's like just a pointed object.
Yeah, you said it was cold and metallic.
It was just like an object.
Like
not like a wand or a stick, but something
just flat, like a cold metallic object, right?
Yeah. And the only sighting I had was I slept in the guest bedroom, and one night I was reading a magazine. It was late, and a vertical white light just passed across the room.
Oh my goodness!
But not a vision or not a person. But I never was afraid.
But can you tell about my nieces, what she told you about
I was going to ask, did the kids see stuff?
She would always describe a dark figure in the corner of her room, and that made me so sad. So things started happening in their life that was upsetting to me, and several things. So I called my priest, who I knew him, I was not always Catholic. I got confirmed when I was 48, and he was my confirmation priest at the time. So I had a relationship with him on a personal level so I picked up the phone and I called him. I said, look, this sounds crazy, but here we go. And I told him the story, and he said, well, I said, I just think I'm worried about these babies.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. He said, well, Marilyn, the Catholic Church does not believe in ghosts.
But they do because of the Holy Ghost.
But he says, but.
Yeah, there's a whole.
What the hell is that?
Then who the hell that is?
Why do people pray to the Holy Ghost if you don't believe
the
him?
Holy Ghost and the Father and the Son. He
They
said
call him a ghost, though.
They do. It is worded that way. You're right. So he said, well, the Catholic Church does not believe in ghosts, but I want you to Google on demonic angels on the internet.
Not angels, demonic.
Well, demonic spirits.
Yeah.
And he said demonic spirits, and there's a prayer, and it was a prayer about do a protective hedge around the home. He said, go to Walmart, get you a gallon of water, and come by here, and I'll bless it. So I send Daryl, poor Daryl always does everything I tell him to do.
He's like, okay.
He's the one who made you Catholic.
So
you became Catholic for my dad. So.
No, I became Catholic for me.
Right, but because he started it.
He
planted
inspired
that
me
seed.
because he was a good Catholic man. I couldn't beat him off with a stick. He just and so he goes to the Walmart and he goes up in the church office and he says, I need to see a priest because I want to get this blessed. She said, she said, does it have to be in that jug? He said, no, it's just in that jug. She said, what's he going to do? He said, he's going to change it. He's going to change this water from Walmart into holy water. And he had to explain. He said, he's going to change it. I go up there and I get the holy water and I just put it in a bowl and go. He said, no, you have to, douse it in every opening, windows and doors and around the house. So that's what I did. Uh-huh. And we still have some of that holy water left.
Well, yeah, save it.
I don't think he used enough of it.
Save some of it.
Clearly, but hey.
Do they still live in that house?
No, they do not.
Okay.
Not too long after all these things, they moved to where we live.
Okay.
Yeah, they moved.
They moved down and then are no longer together. So,
oh shoot, yeah.
But my nephew actually saw. He had some experiences too because he
at that house.
I remember
he was little. I don't think he was 4. He was probably
like
3.
2 and 3 there.
Yeah.
So I remember a story that my sister told me that that after my grandfather, mom's dad died, that he wouldn't have known this, right? Do you remember the story?
No.
That he said oh, Papa was in my room. Oh. And my sister goes, do you mean D? Because that's what the kids call my dad.
Yeah.
Do you mean D? She goes, no, I mean that old man, Papa. And she goes, well, what was he doing? Because that's what we would call our grandfather. What was he doing? She goes, he was drinking a beer in the rocking chair.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's
what he would have been doing.
He drink that beer.
And he described that he was wearing like jeans and a white shirt, which would have been his like very casual wear.
It'd have been, yeah.
But
my goodness.
He was so little, like he was 3, and I don't even think he would have seen Papa enough to realize, because that was Papa when we were kids, how he was.
Wow.
Probably so, but I don't think Daddy probably drank beer in front of
no, because he
the
was so
grandkid.
old.
He drank kid in front of y'all,
but he wouldn't, because he wasn't drinking at that age in his life. But when he was younger, he would always have like a Bud Light with him, or he had a Coors. That's what it was. He said he had a Coors Light.
That's what he drank.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the baby said that, but and then
he was drinking a Coors Light, past the Rockies. It looked very refreshing.
I can't wait till I can have a Coors. And then he also had one other thing that my sister told me was that like one day she was very frustrated with this ghost situation because it was unnerving them. And while the kids were like at daycare or at school or whatever, she had like a little outburst and screamed like, "I need you to leave us all alone," or something something along those lines. And then fast forward days or weeks, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
But my nephew was in his little car seat and he was talking about the lady in his room.
Oh, no.
There's a lady in my room and she cries all night. And she says, "You don't like her, Mama." and she goes, "What do you mean?" He said, "You were screaming at her."
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember that story?
No, but that doesn't mean.
Yeah.
I'm sure she told me. I just don't remember.
Anyway, Those are, and that's it. That's all the
so
stories we have, right?
scary.
I think so.
I mean, my niece and nephew, like once they got to Louisiana, they were living in our grandparents' house, and they would say they would see Mama and Papa.
In fairness to that, after my mother died suddenly, and Amy and them were moving here anyway, but we put them in their house. So we took everything out of the house and pulled up the carpet and put down new floors, and so they had moved in, and I walked through the den. And I could just smell my parents.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
this, their smell. And my mom probably had been dead probably a couple of weeks by that point.
And Papa been dead a year and a half.
Yeah. But I could smell them there.
And the kids said, they heard like, they had wood paneling in the house. And I think it was my niece who said it, that she heard banging on the wall.
My dad used to do that. He thought that was so
walk
funny.
down the hall and bang his hands on both sides to scare us when we were. He thought,
That's how he woke us up in the morning.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And so her saying that, because I was like, that's so, like,
That's
it sounds
such a
like a
specific-
scary thing a ghost would do, but I was like, that's what Papa would have
He
done.
always beat on those panel walls to let you know he was coming. I
Yeah.
don't know. We used to smoke in our bedroom. Maybe he did it to let us know
To
he had
warn
the
you?
cigarette. I don't know.
I feel parents do that a lot of like, oh, they're doing it again.
Don't
Okay,
wanna confront
here
them.
I come.
hide. Is that it? I feel like that's no way it, but
Well, there's only one other thing that happened to me when I was a teenager that I remember while I was sitting here. A good friend of mine and another good friend, we were going off to Biloxi, to the little beach in the next state. And, of course, my dad told me, do not drive at night. Y'all wait and leave the next day. And, of course, we drove at night.
Of course.
Why would I listen to him?
Yeah, no way.
So I'm still in probably high school. I think I'm about 17, and my friend's 19. And I'm driving. And I think I'm on a 4-lane highway.
Yeah.
I'm not on a 4-lane highway. I'm on a 2-lane highway, and I'm in the left-hand lane.
oh my gosh.
And I'm driving her car, which is a standard, and I'm thinking, this must just be, the lights.
Yeah.
And the wheel just turned. And I got in the right-hand lane, and this 18-wheeler just zoomed by me. I mean, it was like in a split second.
Oh my goodness.
It upset me so much. I pulled over and didn't push the clutch in to get the car out of gear.
Yeah.
And I woke them up. I said, you've got to drive. I nearly killed us. I think that was my guardian angel.
Yeah.
So you're no good driving at night.
I couldn't see even then.
Yeah. When I went home not long ago, she almost drove into a pond.
Well, in fairness, I had a tough day that day. I was
Me
extremely
and my niece
tired.
look up. She goes, Mimi.
I didn't drive into the pond. That's
She
just,
didn't.
it was for decorative purposes. It was really,
It wasn't deep, but
Barely a pond. Oh my goodness.
those
big
were
puddle with a
were-
fountain in it.
those were good, right?
That was fantastic.
See,
That was so good.
Thank you.
And I love how, like, just from knowing Marcy and how it feels like your family is just kind of like, hey, just leave us alone. Like, not necessarily threatened or scared by anything, but just kind of like, oh, okay, this is a thing. Because I immediately am like, freak out, can't handle this.
Well, in that same house, it kind of started going into a more of a dark atmosphere.
Oh, yeah,
I think the
that-
house in Georgia was no good.
It started going into a
Yeah.
dark atmosphere.
I don't think that was a sweet, nice house.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. Especially because I don't think that, like, I don't know, like, just the idea that, like, someone would learn your name and start calling it, pretending to be someone else. Like,
Yeah,
It
that's
was like
tricky.
a trick. It was a
That's
trick.
tricky.
Yeah.
I think
that's too tricky.
that's too tricky.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think they were guardian ghosts.
Yeah.
No.
They were-
Yeah.
That one good. Do we have time? We have a little time to do to have a listener's ghost story?
Sure.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Betsy and Marcy Marcy. This is Killian coming to you from southern Vermont, and I want to share with you a story of a spooky experience I had when I was about 10 or 11 in Chicago. So essentially, there are these museum overnight programs that the major museums in Chicago do. So Shedd Aquarium, Adler Planetarium, Museum of Science and Industry, and most importantly, the Field Museum, which is where this story takes place. The Field Museum is, I believe, the oldest of all those museums. It's particularly creepy. It was built, I think, for the World's Fair. But this isn't about like a gentleman ghost of the World's Fair either. It's something a little bit different. But yeah, it's the point is it's a kind of an older Greek revival, spookier museum. But yeah, so they've got these overnight programs, and more or less, you'd come in around noon, you do all sorts of crafts and activities, and then you'd pick one of like designated areas in the museum. So like out of these 5 or 7 different exhibits you could sleep in, you'd find a place to sleep, and you'd sleep there. You know, that's pretty much it. And so I did this about 3 times when I was a kid. The first time it was just me and my dad. We stayed in the ancient Egypt part. I had a blast. The second time we did it, I went with a friend of mine and his dad and my dad, and I think we stayed in the like African village exhibit, just kind of talking about cultures of sub-Saharan Africa, and it's got kind of an Epcot vibe where it's a fake town, so that's kind of neat to sleep in. But the third time I did it, I went with my dad and my cousins, and we kind of dragged our heels in picking a spot to sleep, so we got stuck in like the most museum-y and boring part of the museum, which is this expansive sort of Native American culture exhibit of the Plains Indians. But it's just a bunch of like artifacts and ceremonial outfits in cases, so it's not a lot of fun to kind of hang out in. You know, it's a museum. But anyway, yeah. So another kind of interesting part of this particular exhibit is, unlike the other exhibits in the Field Museum, it has a dead end. Especially like after hours. So other exhibits, they kind of loop around, to kind of get people moving through. But this one, it dead ends at this, giant fake sweat lodge where, they do like live performances in. But during, after hours of operation, you couldn't go through that. So you kind of dead ended at this exhibit. And I'm exploring this with my cousins before we go to bed. And there's this huge case of this massive ceremony, and I don't know what it is. We're not really reading the plaques. We're kind of, we're bored, uninterested kids. We're looking for the interactive exhibits, and I'm taken aback by this figure in the center of the display. This guy who's wearing like a badger pelt over his head is kind of a looming, creepy figure with a hunched back, and every other figure around him is just kind of a standard dude, just someone hanging out, a village person. But this guy's got he's got a thing going on. So I'm kind of a little distracted by him, but my cousins come and get me like, all right, it's time to go to bed. So we mosey on back to where we're going to sleep. And a couple hours later, I wake up in the middle of the night, face to face with this figure in the case. Like I had walked away from my bed and come face to face with this figure, and I am terrified. I'm rooted to the spot. I can't move. I don't know where my dad, my cousins are, and I'm just kind of alone in this part of the museum. And I back up because ultimately, I'm in a museum. Like, what's the worst that could happen? And I realize that the figure, I'm actually reading the plaque now, is a Native American dream shaman who controls people in their sleep. And with that learned, I everything just kind of climbed up inside of me, butt shot to the throat or whatever, and I go bolting back in the other direction as fast as I can, and eventually, I laid down to sleep with the wrong family at first. I was so scared. That was weird, but I eventually found my own family. And yeah, that's it for this story. But I do have a handful of others. I'll send those to you guys at some point. But yeah, this one was I don't know. It was particularly arresting. And yeah, I don't know. I hope you enjoy it.
Whoa, that was awesome,
Killian, that was great.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Even if it even if it had nothing to do with like a spiritual thing or whatever, what a coinky dink.
I mean, how scary.
What a crazy coinky dink.
That's terrifying to sleepwalk.
Let alone in a museum.
Oh, and then to go to bed with someone else's family.
That's very funny.
Also, Killian has a great voice for radio.
Wonderful voice.
Good voice.
Wonderful
great
voice.
Great job.
Where would be the exhibit that you would want to sleep in like
in a museum? I like the Natural History Museum. And I like the room with all the aquatic, the whale overhead.
That's where you would want to sleep?
Because you could never sleep under the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
And that room's like sleeping in the ocean.
Okay.
Mom, do you have one?
Oh, when I went to it, I kind of liked the one with all the Indians in it.
You would want to sleep there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want that.
In that sweat lodge.
In that sweat lodge.
Yeah, I would gravitate towards the Native American Indians.
That's just like Night at the Museum, though.
That is just like Night at the Museum. I haven't seen any of the franchise, but I'm pretty sure
Ben Stiller.
that's what
all of them,
the museum is like.
Do you ever sleepwalk? Have you ever?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think I've talked about I have.
You have. My brother's ex-girlfriend said that I sleptwalk and pooped in her room. She said that she found a little turd.
Me.
Do you remember
said
that? She told you that.
Oh, didn't she say you were like squatting at the bottom of the bed or something?
That's disgusting. Who said that?
I didn't do it. She's lying, Mama. Mama, she's lying.
You're doing it right now. You're
don't
pooping
believe
right now. Wow.
Mom, thanks so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you for inviting
Thank
me.
you so much. That was awesome.
Anything you want to plug?
Just Betsy and Marcy are great.
Oh, very
Thank
sweet.
you.
Thank you. I love you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.